something, nobody's seeing this happen. No, definitely nobody's seeing this happen. This would be a weird thing to do. Yeah, get in there. No one's also seeing this happen. Yeah, you don't know what's happening yet, so right now it's just like cover everything in lighter fluid. Check. Go to convention covered in lighter fluid. Check. This is also something that's right. Man, it's like 90% of my panel is lighter fluid reliant. Thank you, I appreciate it.
I got one photo.
And just in case there's a backup. All right. Now everybody run away.
Keep the doors open.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone have a blanket? Like a very heavy blanket? Just in case. If I catch myself on fire, just cover me with small children. Just put it right out, I'll be good. That's 1, 2, 3. Anyone holding a camera is of course going to take pictures, that's fine. That's like the standard MO. That's how we get videos of people getting beaten up and shot and on fire, is because they're like, this is important to document. All right. Okay, so we're going to begin. My name is Kent. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kent. Thank you. Good. Wolverine. Okay, so I am a magician by trade. I am on the fringe. I'm sort of fringe involved in the cosplay and comic convention community. I've always been a nerd at heart, not so much so that I'll come to a convention dressed up and all that stuff and take the time to do that, which is something I completely and totally admire. I just, am not in that mindset constantly. However, my girlfriend, Negative Stacy, anyone seen Negative Stacy? All right, cool. Yeah, so she moved to New York a couple of years ago, and here I am. So, so we started going to Comic-Con and all that stuff, and she started getting very into cosplay, and hence she started her page. And me being a magician, I couldn't help but be like, hey, that Mario would be a lot cooler if there was fire, right? So I started seeing all these sort of cool crossovers between magic and cosplay. So there are, and now we've got a company called Epic Win Entertainment. We throw these bar parties and these other types of events, and we're looking into doing panels and networking events and stuff like that. So please, at the end, come and grab one of these. It's actually her card, but it's got Epic Win on the back of it. You can just search out. Okay? And so it's a lovely card. Mary Jane cosplay. All right, cool. So when you come, and now people from the community, from the Epic Win community, come and they ask me, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Because they want to make their costumes super, super nifty keen. And I do my best to help them do that, and I have had 0 unsatisfied customers. So if you've got an idea and you want to sort of make it, okay, so, Wolverine, you want to know how to make it look like you've got a gash, and then you don't, right? That's something that I could help you with, right? There are a lot of different, it's sort of infinite. It's kind of like, what I'm going to show you guys here is a lot of interesting stuff that could be applied, but a lot of it's also going to be kind of limited, because each individual effect can't play to the entirety of these characters from these shows or from these comic books or from these movies. And so if you want to do something, and you don't see it happening here, that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means that, like, I'm covering just like the very tip of the iceberg with the stuff I'm going to show you. Hopefully some of it is inspiring, but, you know, in the meantime, if you come up with something and you're like, oh no, that's not possible, don't still ask about it, because there might be a way to do it. Okay? It might not be perfect, and you'll see what I mean by that in a little bit, but there will be a way to do it, I'm almost certain. So, to begin, I'll get sort of the lame thing out of the way. This really only applies to people like Zatanna, or anyone else who might be a magician. Oh, there's a big old mirror behind me, that's great. Watch. Whew. That's kind of fun, but it's just a magic wand, so it's kind of not possible to put this on anyone except for maybe Zatanna and a couple of others. But there's a little elastic inside that pulls out. You could, but imagine decorating this as something else. That's the key. Is thinking it's not just a wand. It's something else. I don't know what it is, but that's up to you guys. You pull the cap off like this between your fingers, push the wand down like this, and now it will, because of the elastic tension, it will rise when you let go of it. Okay? I don't know where, that's the lamest thing, I promise. Everything else is super cool. This, I mean, it's not uncool, I don't know really where it fits right now. I gave one of these, every time a Zatanna sees that, they come up and they're like, I want that, and I'm like, okay, great, so I'll keep talking about that. Alright, so, next is, oh, I didn't mention this. Included in Epic Wind Entertainment, not included in, but also from Epic Wind Entertainment, I also direct and sometimes perform at the highest rated magic show in New York City. It's called A Taste of Magic. If anyone's into magic, come up, ask me about it, or look it up. You're gonna really like the show. It's a $50 ticket. You get a 3-course meal, 4 magicians at your table, and a host. So come and check it out. Incredibly high ratings. Everyone loves it. All right. Anyway, this. Now you could learn this. Like if you were going to do a card. I'm getting sort of the magician-y stuff out of the way right now. If you were going to do a card-based character, I can't really think of many. Zatanna, Twisted Fate, what? Gambit, sure, of course. If you're going to do Gambit, Zatanna, Twisted Fate, or anyone else who might use cards, you could go on. Now this is something you can't buy. This just takes a lot of work to do. You could go online and look up tutorials on how to do stuff like this. That's a great photo. And all it's going to take is like 6 months of practice. You could learn stuff like this. To get another good photo, you could learn stuff like this, which is not so much practice. Still a lot of practice, right? It's still a good photo. It's a good photo though. Or you could learn stuff like this. I'll show you this. You're gonna like this. That's the DIY version of this. All right, you could learn to do this, which is not easy. This takes a little less time. This takes about maybe a month to learn, unless you're using one of these. All right, which makes it a lot easier. Okay. And if that fooled you, then this is magic. This is magically levitating. This is great. So of course, there are sort of 2 factions of cosplay and magic that I've noticed people are interested in. The first is how to get that photo, because sometimes you want that photo. Like you see a lot of, like this is great. This is one of my favorite examples of getting that photo using a sort of magic technique, or at least magic thinking. We got a friend, Jamal, who does this great Lex Luthor in the green armor, right? And he took a photo, I think, and I know how important crediting is, so tell me if I'm wrong, took a photo with, I think it was Julia D'Amato, where he just jumped, right? Just like, right? but she snapped the photo and it looks exactly like he's levitating 8 inches off the ground. Like it's calm, everything's perfect, right? That's how to get that photo, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later. The other thing that seems to be important is to be able to just, be shooting the breeze with your friends or whatever at the convention, but also have that animation that makes your costume that little extra oomph, right? And so this counts as both, right? This is definitely the animation. You can walk around the con doing this, and everyone will be like, "What?" And then you can get the photo, like there, right? That's the photo. Okay, so that's called an electric deck. If you want one of these, you can. I have a couple of these left to purchase. It's $10 if you want one. If you don't want to buy one from me, I'll teach you how to make your own. Okay? So the way to make your own, it has a slightly different effect. It's a slightly different effect, and it's this. This is the effect. Right? And it looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. The animation isn't quite as good as this one over here, but it still looks pretty good. Now, and you can still get the photo. All right. Now, the way to build this is essentially going to make a slinky out of a pack of cards. You take your double stick tape, you take your pack of cards, and you can see it already, right? All right. You lay a card down, you put double stick tape on one side of it. You lay another card down, then you put double stick tape on the other side of that one. Lay another card down. Rinse and repeat, probably not 52 times because the tape takes up some space, probably 45 times or something like that. This is way small. This is like 20 cards. But when you take the picture's never going to look like, you don't want it to be this or this because it sort of becomes obvious, that staircase effect, right? If you build this, you want to make it go this way because you can see that angle is much better, right? Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Now it's not a television. I can see you. Do we like it? Yeah. Okay. Good. Cool. Glad to hear that. So, in the realm of that, where is it? Here it is. In the realm of that sort of Zatanna, anyone with a wand, cane, anything like that, or you can decorate this stuff to be your own thing, right? In that same realm, you've got stuff like this. It's on the ground. Sorry. That was supposed to be much more. You would have loved that had I done that correctly. Give me just a moment. You're totally not seeing this part. You ready? Everyone look away real quick. This is the South Park episode with David Blaine. Everyone turn around. Everyone turn around. All right. There it is. Good. That looks much better. They have control over this. This is an appearing wand. It's made out of metal. Basically, it is, I don't know how you can make this yourself. I literally don't know. If you figure it out, let me know. But you have control over this. This comes out of your pocket. Essentially just palm. You can turn it from nothing into this, or you can attach something to this little metal part, like a ribbon or something that goes inside the wand when it opens up. This is the basic mechanics, like this. And then the metal lives here. Right, so when you let it go, it will expand in both directions until it's fully expended. That's appearing wand. I've got one of those left. It's $10. I don't know how you make it yourself. This is an appearing cane, and it's demonstrating that principle. You can take this thing, wave it around, and then turn it into that. All right. Now I have this spiral version, which is kind of weird, and I don't know how to apply that to anything. But I have versions with, this one. Versions like this, where you end up with something that looks a lot more like a cane, all right, with a top and then black. All right, so those are sort of more limited ideas. Let me show you guys a little bit of. Oh, this is cool. This is another animation that I really like, which comes from the magic world. Neo. What? And I'm not going to tell you how that one works. All right, so, any questions? No, that's a gimmick. That's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. It's not worth. You can't make your own of that. However, it's not expensive. You can get one of those gimmicks. I mean, this is what it looks like when it's all done. Right? You pull it out and expand it, and then it will close on its own. You just have to release pressure. Okay? Now you could make something like that yourself, although I don't know how you would. I don't know how to get those materials, but I can tell you where to get them. I don't have any for sale, but I can tell you where to get them. Okay? If you're interested in that. There are also a lot of methods in the magic world, and Lawrence is gone, I think, to go deal with Lawrence-y stuff, but he's another magician, so he would know this as well. There are other ways to do that kind of thing. Like you can go here, and you can actually learn ways to do that in the way that Uri Geller really does it. which is just another method of cheating. There. Okay? That's in the magic pantheon. If you're interested in learning stuff like that, I can point you in the right direction. All right, here. This is the fun stuff. This is for that photo. This is for getting that photo. Nothing more. Do not walk around a convention with this. All right, I have none of these for sale, but I can tell you where to get them. If you're a photographer, this is a great thing to have. You can extinguish it anytime you want. Got it, right? I do have some of these, though. I do have some of these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-demos left. And if I run out of them, I'll say this too. But this you can decorate however you want. All right. Okay, so that's really fun. I have decorated this one to my liking. Sorry about it. But anyone sensitive to that moment should know that the inside of this book has nothing to do with the title, if that matters to you at all. It is Stories of Pushkin. But anyway, this works. This works in a very simple way. You want to get that? All right. Meanwhile, at the cosplay panel. So, if you want to get one of those, that's $20, and it works very easy. It is in fact safe. I wouldn't recommend walking around a hotel like this doing that with your costume, but it's a great way to get your photo. What it is 2 Kevlar sheets, essentially, on an indented area of the book here, surrounded by metal. These, the Kevlar acts as wicking, so you put your totally not lighter fluid on the Kevlar, it wicks up, and then this is a striker right here. So when you open the book, we do this on a when you open the book, you strike it, there's a pocket of fuel in there, it'll light both sides. As you're opening, strike, and it's done. This is great for, I don't know, who is this great for? Constantine, that's easy. Anyone else?
Math class.
What? Math class! Math class, that's absolutely right. It's great for Constantine, it's great for math class. I've got somebody in the Saber Guild who's going to put a Jedi handbook symbol on it so that when the Sith opens it up during their sketches, it bursts on fire, or maybe a Sith handbook or something. He's going to do something handbooky with the other way around. Yeah. Like there's a trap on the book, and so, oh no. All right, so that's that. I'm sure your imaginations can go with that. That's, I mean, you know, that's just a fun toy anyway. What'd you say?
The water disappeared.
Yeah, the water. This is my backup lighter fluid. Totally seltzer water. All right. All right. This is the more domestic version of that. Now this is not directly applicable based on canon, but really kind of applicable to a lot of different costumes. I was carrying this around when I was doing Gambit, just for funsies. Oh my God! Sorry about that. Here's the money for the thing that I want to buy. Okay, it's a wallet. It's a wallet. It does the exact same thing. It's also $20. I only have one of these left. This is it. This is fresh, just opened. I just needed to open it up to demo it. But yes, that's it. Boom. Oh my God. Here you go. My bad. Okay. It works exactly. It is a wallet. It is a wallet. This is what I carry around or what I did carry around as a wallet. I have another one right now. It has a different thing with it, but this is what I used to carry around as a wallet. Cashiers love this. They have pretty monotonous jobs, so you brighten up their day with something like that.
Can you get through the airport with that?
I have several times. I don't think I would have had I shown them. But most of the time, I just forgot that I had it. And then I'm like on the plane and I'm like, well, this is disturbing. Interesting thing about the TSA, has anyone ever seen Penn and Teller's stage show? Oh my, you saw the TSA routine that they did with the metal detector? No? The lady with the bazooka shows up at the end? Like, out of nowhere? No, okay, well they go over this whole thing. The TSA, turning this into a political panel, the TSA apparently missed like 16 out of 20 weapons that were brought through the metal detectors and the scanners during this test that was run on them. It is insanity. It's what's called nowadays, I think, security theater, which is costing you that extra 45 minutes to an hour at the airport every time you go.
The TSA dogs are better trained than that. Like literally, they are better trained than that.
Yeah. Well, they have a mechanism for actually doing the work, which is smelling the drug or the liquid or whatever the chemical. Okay, so I'm almost done here, guys. I want to leave it open to questions. I want to leave it open to anyone who wants to. If there are no questions, anyone who wants to approach with their own ideas. You know, maybe you want to know. Maybe I just came to me. Maybe you want to know how to take an arrow and look like you're firing it into somebody who is cosplaying your enemy, right? So it just goes boom, boom, and then that arrow's gone. And then there's an arrow over here in them. Oh, so cool. You might get arrested, but you'll explain that it's just a magic trick, it's fine. Okay, but anyway, sorry, that just came to me. Okay, so, this is something. This is what people, let me see if this works actually. This is something I just turned on. This is a device in the Magic Pantheon, which, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. Produces vapor. Okay, now, I didn't have time to set this up on my person before I came in or before we started, but basically what you do, and this is something I can direct you to, if you like. Take one of these cards, contact us through Epic Win. It's probably a $100 gimmick, but the refills are very, very inexpensive. It's just those like those vapor cigarettes, okay? And what it allows you to do basically is this bit goes under your arm or somewhere where you have access to it, and you press, and this comes out. Usually with Magician, this is running out the sleeve. All right, and what happens is that smoke gets just shot into your hands, so you can make smoke happen while you're doing something else. But really cool application that Stacy was experimenting with was with the Fembot, using 2 of these. Right? Okay, yeah. You got it. Okay, good. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. You can there's this great magic gimmick where you hide one of those cigarettes in no nicotine ones. It just produces vapor, right? That's all it does. You hide one of those in your let's say just in any object that you can put in your mouth for a second, like a pen or something like that. Right, so you're writing, you got your marker, whatever, and you go like this and you're just like, all right. Then you've taken your inhale, right? And no one knows it was a cigarette. So the cool thing is, a moment later, 10 seconds later, whatever, if you can hold your breath on it, you just go, and you're a dragon. It's like it's just this stuff's coming out of your face. It's awesome. I can't think of anything for that, but maybe you guys can. Notice you got a candy cane over there. So this is something that got people pretty excited last time, and something that spawned that video that I put out. This is an old magic tool called a dancing cane. It's a classic magic tool. Really a lot of space here. That's okay. The basic idea is this. You do this. Whoa! I've been doing something with this much heavier recently. But you take an object and you make it levitate. Now, recently, this has been co-opted by people in the rave community and the circus community as something called a flow stick or a levy stick. Okay, and there are a lot of tricks that they can do with this that I cannot do with this. But I have the basic idea behind the dancing cane all set. Of course, there are a ton of things that you can do. I mean, just like this is pretty nice, pretty cool. Or here. Joker, Riddler, maybe it's sort of cartoony. You know what I mean? It's sort of cartoony. There's I mean, yeah, you know, you can kind of imagine, not that necessarily, but maybe the Joker's holding the cane and then just goes, whoo, and then just moves on with his life. You know, like it's I don't know where you'd use this, but I found one pretty cool application, which immediately got me grabbed by the Saber Guild. You know who those guys are? My favorite application ever. It's here. Oof. That didn't happen. There, right? Oh yeah, thank you. I'll give myself a little room because that's much cooler when I have some space. There we go, got it. All right, good. Yeah, you can do it again, all together or none at all. That's my rule. Okay. Yo, what up? You missed. Hey, Hermione! Hey, come here. No, Hermione, I don't know. Here, come here. They're gonna love this. Let me, what page was that spell on? Come on, you know this. Just say a number, it doesn't matter. 47? All right, oh yeah, that's right, 47. Oh, there it is, good, 47. Nailed it, okay. Right? All right. Okay, we're coming to a close here, guys. Oh, cool. Hold on, I'm gonna try one more thing. Who's got like a pair of, can I borrow your sunglasses for a second? I'm not gonna break your sunglasses, calm down.
Do it.
Here, look, here's another animation that I've got. This, what'd you say?
That's the she'll hurt you to break himself.
She'll hurt me? Okay, cool. That's good to know. This is another animation that you can do. I've got these with me. This cost $8. Like it? I don't know. I can't tell the difference between stunned to silence and complete apathy. So, I'll do it one more time. Try to do this right on the edge so people can see. There you go. Thank you very much. Now, that's a utility gimmick that's available at all times throughout the entire day on your person that you can use. No, it's not working right now. Sorry. It would probably work up here with me, again, with a moment of setup. But yeah, that's a utility gimmick that's available at all times on your person immediately whenever you need it to make any light object levitate. You can levitate an object between your hands. You can move an object on a table, whatever you like. That's $8 if you're interested in that. So, but if you want to experiment with invisible thread, stuff like that, it totally wasn't thread. If you want to experiment with that kind of thing, you can I kid you not, take a lady's nylon and remove a single strand from it. Basically the same stuff, although the stuff I'm working with is a lot stronger and a lot more, I can't tell you why, but a lot easier to carry around and use. Okay, so that's not it. That's almost it, but that's not it. Oh, the soccer ball, that's right. Okay, this is funny. This is not magic. I want to say that right off the bat. You don't want to walk away going, wow, magic is stupid. This is just how to get that photo. One of my favorite methods, and it's so simplistic, it's so simple, I'm surprised that I don't see it done more often. However, some people that I've consulted have done it, and they're like, yes, that's the way to go. So imagine that Name a character that from a video game or anything that either fires something like this, or like an energy thing, or maybe they have something floating around them, like a ball, or what is it? DBZ? What'd you say?
Fire Nation.
Fire Nation?
Yeah.
What's that?
Avatar.
Avatar. Okay. Avatar. Yeah, sure. Fire Nation, DBZ. My answer to this was Sub-Zero, but anything works, right? So if we were to say dress as Goku, right? And imagine that I've like dressed this up as a Kamehameha, right? And you're my photographer, okay? And you're like, hey, can we snap a picture? Because your Goku looks amazing, best one ever. And I'm like, yeah. And we do this. This is my Kamehameha. Just try this. It's the most fun. All right, look at that. And there are a lot of ways to handle this. Actually, this is probably even better because it looks like it's farther away, right? Right on the thumb. All right, we got it. Good. This looks good, right? Yeah? All right, and best part, the longer the stick, the more adjustable it is. Okay? So imagine that this, and I just want you to just go in your head and just think of other applications for this, because I know this is so stupid, I could dwell on this. I could do 30 minutes on this alone, though. Like Orianna, right?
Oh, the orb.
From League? The orb?
Her orb, yeah.
Yes, that's it. Look at this. You could have an innocent bystander, right? You could have an innocent bystander do it for you. You could do it from far, because people are at the con, right? There are always going to be people at the convention. Can you stand up here for a second?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I picked the one person who's got like 40 pounds of luggage in their lap. Here, you're just looking off there, you're just looking somewhere else. You're just at the convention, it's like, it's cool, right? And I'm like, right? like I just co-opt, like we go around convention with a prop like this and just co-opt other people to hold the thing for me. Like, no, don't let them see the black stick, that's the point. All right, there, good, it's right at the right angle, and I'm like, did we get it?
Got it.
Did we get it? Yes? All right, perfect. Give her a round of applause. You did so well. Or imagine it's a Pokeball, right? And I've just thrown it because I'm dressed up as Ash. Right? I've thrown the Pokeball. Whatever. Like that's the way, like it doesn't even have to be like a floating object or a shooting object, just anything. I could put Pikachu at the end of this thing and it'd be a great little, it would look like the advertisement for the show. I'd be like, Pikachu, come back! Right? And you'd be just like jumping at the camera. So that's one of my favorite ways to get the photo that you want.